All right. All right, back to talking about Doctor Who and Peter Davison, Earthshock. I'm actually going to finally talk about Earthshock. I was probably saying, okay, back to talking about Earthshock, and then I don't really talk about Earthshock in the previous videos. Okay, so here we go. Now it's time to go to, I'm going to take you to Spoiler Town. Where I discuss what happens in Earthshock, going through the scenes and giving some reaction to it. Okay. Earthshock. It starts with soldiers scanning for missing paleontologists and geologists that were surveying underground sometime in the future. I don't remember the exact year. It's in the future. The cave system they were in had just been discovered. It was proven to be rich in fossils. There was only one. There was okay. So from my notes, it says here there was only one blank left. This person. I left it blank because I'm not sure. I don't think it said in Earthshock what this person's profession was specifically, because this person said the people that were down below that the soldiers were searching for, that were missing, the soldiers were scanning for, the people down below were paleontologists and geologists. And it didn't. I don't think it ever said who this one person that was left. I don't think it said if this person was a paleontologist or a geologist. I'm not sure. I think they were a professor anyway. It was a woman professor who may have been a paleontologist or a geologist. Pretty sure it didn't say which one she was. Okay. Which I believe her name is Professor Kyle. Yeah, okay. So she was the only one that was left. All right. The scan determined there were no signs of life in the underground caves. Okay, Professor Kyle was the only survivor. All right. We see Peter Davison as the Doctor in the TARDIS. The Doctor enters... It sounds funny. He enters his boy companion's room. Who is named Adric? That's Adric. The Doctor tells Adric that he should read a book called The Black Orchid. Adric is laying in bed and not interested in the book. The Doctor asks, "What's the matter?" Adric says he's fed up. He's tired of being considered a joke. He says he's constantly teased. The Doctor says, "Everyone's teased from time to time." Adric says, "Not as often as me." When Nyssa or Tegan ask a question, You find time to answer it, but hardly ever with me. How am I to learn if you never find time to explain? The doctor says, Time? We have spent many hours discussing and debating endless topics. Adric says, I'm just fitted in when it's convenient for you. The doctor says, All right, I'll make more time. Adric says, You've said that before. Some distraction always prevents it happening. The doctor says, I give you my word. Adric says, I'm tired of being an outsider, doctor. I want to go back to my own people. Okay. Professor Kyle joins the soldiers to search for the bodies of her team down in the caves. Professor Kyle tells the soldiers that during the expedition, tools went missing, and important components were discovered smashed. All right, back to the TARDIS. Nyssa and Tegan are at the control console. The Doctor and Adric are arguing. The Doctor says, the TARDIS is not designed for E-space. E-space is where the Doctor met Adric when the Doctor was played by Tom Baker. Nyssa says going back into E-space would be very dangerous. I don't have any. I can't show what Nyssa looks like. I can show what Tegan looks like, which I've already showed. So here's Tegan. Who's played by Janet Fielding, and Nyssa, who's played by Sarah Sutton. Adric is played by Matthew Waterhouse. Adric says, I could plot a course. I have the mathematical skill to get back to E-space. The Doctor says, we'd have to pass through the CVE. I don't remember what the CVE is. That was probably mentioned in Adric's first story, probably. Back in the Tom Baker time. So I'm not sure what CVE is. Okay. So the Doctor says, we'd have to pass through the CVE. You can't calculate random coordinates. Adric says, he'll find someone that will take him, if the Doctor won't. The Doctor says, E-space is another universe. There aren't taxis going back and forth. I'm not waiting around while you plot the course to your own destruction. The Doctor goes to another room while Adric uses the computer on the TARDIS console. The TARDIS materializes down in the caves where the soldiers and Professor Kyle are. The Doctor tells his companions they are on Earth. This is funny. Nissa says, "Not again." The doctor says, "Oh, here we go. Here's when this where in the future it is." Doctor says it's the 26th century. The doctor says he wants to go for a walk. He's probably stressed out talking to Adric. Adric tells Tegan, since the doctor's regeneration, he's become decidedly immature. Funny coming from Adric, because one might say Adric is being immature. So that's a matter of perspective. I don't think the doctor was being immature, so I'm not sure where he was getting that from. Maybe he was being immature in a story, a DVD that I don't have. Because I don't think he was being immature. I think it's not fair for Adric to tell the doctor. Of all people, it's not fair that Adric is telling the doctor that he's being immature. No. I disagree with you, Adric. I think you were being immature. A little whiny. Okay, the doctor says he might be gone sometime. Maybe he had to let off some steam. He's probably irritated with Adric, so he had to get away for a while. Tegan and Nissa join the doctor while Adric stays inside the TARDIS. The doctor tells them it's so peaceful and cool down here. They find dinosaur bones in the side of the cave. The doctor says it's an amazing species. They were the most successful creature ever to inhabit the Earth. Fossilized remains are all over the planet. Not bad adaptation for a creature with a brain the size of a pea. I think he was responding to Tegan saying that the dinosaurs had a brain the size of a pea, which I've heard several times before. I'm sure it wasn't really the size of a pea. Come on, not literally. As huge as dinosaurs were, there's no way that they had a brain the size of a pea. Not literally. Come on, Tegan. All right. So the doctor goes on to say, they existed 100 million years or so ago. They seemed so secure, yet died out virtually overnight. Nissa asks, how could such a successful species die out so quickly? The doctor says, initially hypothermia. Never heard this before. Well, the doctor said it. He's got a time machine. And yet, he will say something later. Just kind of funny. Okay, so the doctor says initially hypothermia, then starvation. The Earth collided with something from space, and then he says, I've always meant to slip back in time to find out what happened. So that's kind of convenient for the writer. Like, why he's got a time machine? Why hasn't the doctor gone back in time to specifically say this is what happened to the dinosaurs? This is why they died. Because a lot of people say it was a meteor crash. The Yucatan Peninsula. And people have made the point that dinosaurs have evolved into birds. They have a lot of similarity in their skeletal structure to birds, which is very interesting. Okay. I guess I'll stop here because the video is pretty long already. Got quite a bit left. All right. Gotta get going. Time to eat. Time to have a couple smoothies and a couple tomato sandwiches, and then go to the library and then the cafe to use the free Wi-Fi at both places to use the internet and upload some videos to YouTube and do other things on the internet, like going on checking out the online dating sites where I don't have very much luck at all, and it's at least nice to look at the pretty photos of the women on there on the dating sites, and checking out the Instagram and the Facebook, and I got some Alien Nation movies on there that I've been watching. That's nice, and I got a lot of videos on my watch later list on YouTube. All right, yeah, Freely apparently is going to be making videos every day for 30 days, which is I like watching her videos on the Frugivore Diet channel, but I also have been enjoying watching Joey Carbstrong videos. Earthly Ned is nice too, but he hasn't been uploading very frequently. Joey Carbstrong, Joey Carbstrong, Carbstrong. He uploads pretty frequently. Anyway,